We're live and we've got our
Oh my gosh, how you doing, everybody? It's me once again here at the Back Alley Wine Bar downtown Prescott, Arizona, and we have something crazy to talk about. And maybe if you had any questions for this really special place on Willow Creek Road, you're going to want to stay tuned and ask some questions. We would like to listen to you guys talk. On the top right, unmuted. But anyway, we didn't get to hear the intro. We'll get to hear the outro. You're gonna love it. It's actually a really cool video. But once again, we're back here on our Wednesday vlogcast, and today we love to go ahead and talk about things, and it has nothing to do with flowers. Just kidding. We're gonna make it everything about the flowers.
It's almost spring. It's all about flowers.
Yes, maybe that's what it's all about. Who knows? But anyways, how's our host with the most doing?
I'm doing great today. I went horseback riding this morning. Today was my equine therapy day. It was my equine therapy day. So I went out on a trail ride this morning. It was amazing.
Was it beautiful?
It was so beautiful.
Did you inhale any juniper?
I took it all in. I don't know if that's good or bad.
We had a conversation this morning, and I was playing this video on my morning show, just to go a little bit off this tangent. And it was a video of a viral video of juniper trees just filling the air with all of this pollen. And I got flagged, so I didn't have any viewers this morning. And I was like, how awful is this? How do you guys control that? So me and Eric has to go out there and film our own little adventure. Anyways, without further ado, tell everybody who you are and what makes you famous.
Well, famous, infamous, I don't know. My name is Nancy Bewley. I have lived in Prescott for about 30 years, coming up here in April. My husband and I brought our two young boys 30 years ago from Southern California, where it was a great place to grow up, but we wanted to raise our boys in this environment. So they're grown, they have families, we're grandparents, and they're down in the valley now, but not too far away. And so 30 years.
Oh my gosh.
I say I could reside at the Arizona Pioneer Home now. I've done my due diligence of residence.
That's the only reason why I'm still here. I ain't going to leave because I want to go there too. I actually got a crazy cool email from them just recently.
Oh.
I know, I'll talk to you guys about it.
Was it an invitation?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think it was. No, it was actually, let's talk about what they are doing up there. So I guess there's a lot of artists, and now they're actually selling the art that the elderly are doing up there. So
Oh, that's wonderful.
I thought it was actually a pretty cool thing. I got to read in more into it, but it's not about them. This is about you and also the wine that we drink here. And without further ado, we usually start with a toast. So we're going to go ahead and toast it up.
Cheers. Thank you for joining us,
Thank
Nancy.
you.
I don't think we officially let everybody know your name, but this is Nancy Bewley. Bewley.
Thank you.
Sorry about that.
That's another family.
Oh goodness, I haven't had any wine yet. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Nancy Bewley, owner of Willow Creek Inn.
Yes.
All right, you got to do it right. You got to twirl it, and you got to
Get your mind
sniff
right.
it,
Have my good water.
Get your mind right today.
and you got to slurp it. What are we drinking today?
Mm.
Cheers to everybody out there. Mm-hmm.
Absolutely delicious. Today we are drinking the Arizona Angel Sauvignon Blanc. It is a blend, is a local wine. Actually, one of the really cool things about it is the symphony grape. I haven't heard of, but it's grows really well here in Arizona. So
Dude, there is some vines, like if you're just walking randomly in Prescott in just like weird little sections, grapes growing everywhere.
We have some at home.
Is it? I guess I never pictured grapes in a desert climate quite like this.
I don't know. They're really small though. They're not like, some that we're used to.
Champagne grapes, aren't they like tiny? You ever seen champagne grapes?
It just could have been already the spot where we got wine made. Who would have known? But if you guys don't know where we're at, we're in the famous Whiskey Row in the alley at the Back Alley Wine Bar. And if you guys haven't been here, you have to share. You have to come and check this place out.
Last night they had their open mic night. I think there were somewhere around 100 people.
Did
here.
you see?
I don't see.
What? This girl, she comes to open mic night and doesn't use the mic. At
I
least
love to
a
listen
poetry.
to the music.
I would have been like a poetry. Let me just do some poetry.
We need a spoken word. Didn't they
A
used to do
cowboy
that?
poetry.
We did do cowboy poetry.
You're very famous for the cowboy poets.
Oh yeah, the Cowboy Poet Society.
Uh-huh.
That's right. It's a big, huge event every year. Are we doing it this year?
I don't know, but we expect to see you on it.
All right. I'm gonna have to tell a little riddle or two. But anyways, let's talk a little bit about your business. And I mean, okay, so been born and raised in Prescott, Arizona, and I come to the table by saying I have never been to the Willow Creek Inn, even before your ownership.
We need to change that up big time.
I drive by it every day, and I acknowledge that it was actually getting renovated. And we talked a little bit about it, like, oh, did you see the new place got bought? And I'm like, what new place? And it wasn't obviously new, but at the same time, tell everybody a little bit about what's going on there.
So the Willow Creek Inn historically has a wonderful backstory. It was built in 1877, and it was at 1114 Merritt Street, just up here on the Presbyterian Church property, and just that little block that's just west of Charlotte Hall and the parking lot where all the old mechanical equipment is. So in 1962, it was taken apart. The top was taken off, sunk down, and it was moved to its current location at 2516 Willow Creek Road. And it was rebuilt, put back together. And at that time, Willow Creek Road at that location was way far out of town. It was a dirt road. There was nothing on that side of town. And the Ewan family bought it for their ranch hands to have a restaurant put in it so they could feed their ranch hands that lived out on the property, because it was so far into town to feed them.
And was it more, so building, I guess building materials were probably more difficult to come by. So moving the house made more sense.
Well, I think in 1962, it was revered as historic and, wanted to preserve it. There was a twin house that was very, very close, that was right next door, that these two brothers actually built in the 1800s, and that got taken down. That was demolished. We don't really know why or what, but the Ewans saw the value in this building and wanted to preserve it. And so it went through some major renovations in the 70s to 80s. A lot of the natural or the original woodwork was kept, but just, the paint was stripped off, and I can't even imagine how many coats of paint were on that. So when you go upstairs, this beautiful staircase, it's 1877 original upstairs. And upstairs we have two dressing rooms. It's the old original plank flooring. We have redone and modified the bathroom, but there's two dressing rooms up there, one for bride or groom or hair and makeup and getting dressed.
I'm trying to find some photos here.
Yep,
I've got your
some
website up, and there's that beautiful piano in the entryway. Which one is the upstairs? Is it down?
It should, you should find it just a little further.
Oh, okay. So we can see the walkway upstairs.
Mhm.
I just am in awe that they moved this building.
Right. And then there's been a few buildings or, attachments. Our lower banquet area was built on in, I believe, the 70s or so. So we were able to have more guests attend, and we can book a larger party.
And so viewers right now can actually see the lower banquet area.
Great.
So you can see all of the different spaces available for
So
an
we can
event.
comfortably host 48 at tables and then 2 for a couples table. So we can have 50 down below, and the upper area we refer to as the bar. We can sit 30 comfortably, or the tables and chairs can be taken down. It can be a much more flow through, some high tops like this has, and so it's just beautiful. And aside of the venue, the historical part of the property, it's on about 2 acres. The Willow Creek flows through our property, hence the Willow Creek Inn, the Willow Creek Road, and we've done some renovations to just all of the grounds, we have a beautiful ceremony area. You might find that on the website too.
I just found the
there we go.
ceremony
Yeah.
area.
So we've got some turf, some astroturf, so it can be all year round. We just brushed the snow off of it this past week or two. But in the renovation that we did, mostly cosmetic, but it needed a lot of outdoor help. We actually hauled off 18 40-yard roll-offs of just dead brush and junk, and we purged that creek that runs through our property, and just all the trash and the junk that people have dumped and blown down there, and that have trailed down the waterways over the years. We didn't do much renovation inside. We didn't have any demo to do inside. We kept it all up and pretty much cosmetic repairs. There was a lot of deferred maintenance that we did do, and but it's beautiful now, and it's just welcomes you to come on in.
So this is a result of your hard labor and care for this
and my
community.
team. So many people helped us. I had quite a few people. I don't know if you want me to.
Yeah, give them all the credit.
Yes, absolutely. So my assistant currently has helped me throughout. Her name is Michelle Armenta.
Shout out to Michelle.
Michelle, yes. So Nancy and Michelle are your wedding hostesses. Oh goodness, I'm probably going to draw a blank. But Veronica helped us, Tracy, and we've had Jesse Webster, and Scott Easler is a fantastic young construction man. He started in just a little small helping us, and he ended up doing 95% of all of our remodeling, renovations, and updating, and floors, and you name it, he did it. He just kept working. He's Scott Easler of S&E Renovations, Remodeling Renovations.
Find a good one, you keep them.
We kept him busy, and so we will be gifting his wedding. He and his fiancee Kaylee will be getting married in September, so that will be his gift to them for all his hard work. So it's beautiful. We redid the kitchen. It was all pulled out of all of the hazardous cooking elements, and it is a large catering kitchen now. So as a bride books the venue, she can hire her caterer, and they can come in and plate the meals, and we've added ADA compliance, both the bathroom and the ramp and the rails, and
that's really important, and it's really hard to do in these older buildings.
it's extremely hard.
For you to have done that and to make sure that the people coming in planning weddings at your place, that's a really special option to give. And it may seem, simple, but it's not.
It's not, because you have to leave the integrity of the building intact, else you start pulling that all away, and it's no longer 1877 relevant. But I want my guests to be safe, and I want them to be comfortable, and I don't want to have to be worrying about people tripping or falling. And brides and grooms that are getting married, or whatever event we have, there's always generations above them that they're going to be invited, and they need to be respected through. Yeah, absolutely. So we have plan A, plan B for all of that. So we feel that it is in a much better safety, fire risk, life safety standards that the city wants us to comply to than the previous way it was being used, by no fault of the Moores at all. They had a building for a long, long time, and it was a different source when it was actually a restaurant, a lot of wear and tear. And so they were at a point in their life that they just needed to.
It was just waiting for you.
How long did it take to do all the renovations?
For us?
Yeah.
So we started mid-July. We had a little hiccup with the city and permits and things like that, and that's another story. But on the positive note, we just moved forward with all of the cosmetic things that they said we could do, which turned out to be everything that we've done. So it's done. But basically, there's always little embellishments. We were actually painting a little shed that will be some supply things today, and we're always doing little.
Yeah, keep up on it.
Yeah, there's always things. Now that it's nice and beautiful outside, we can enjoy the weather
Until
outside.
this weekend, and then it snows again.
That's what I'm hearing. I had a film shoot scheduled for early next week. I was like, you guys want it to be sunshiny, like sunscreen, and you might want to wait a week.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it can snow through Mother's Day here in northern Arizona.
Yeah, at least half a week. All right, well, this is a part of the segment where we actually like to talk a little bit about wine and actually what's happened over here at the Back Alley Wine Bar. And you already talked about what happened last night, but what happens on the rest of the weekends, the weekdays? Obviously, this is a place for jam bands.
It's a place for families too. I mean, they do charcuterie platters, they do pizza night. There's a bunch of local restaurants where you can just come in here and sit at this table actually with your family and have a meal and have a glass of wine. It's quite inviting.
Yeah, this is the best ever. I know that they have a huge stack of Arizona wines that you guys can go ahead and obviously buy from and be a part of the actual wine club. Have you ever been a part of a club? Especially a wine club?
I don't like
Yeah,
that.
I like wine, but this particular wine you can buy by the glass here,
Mm-hmm.
and it is a blend. It's made up of 3 different white grapes. What do you think of it?
I love it. I've been a big fan of Arizona. I think this is that Arizona brand.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the Arizona brand is like literally the best. I like it for a lot of great reasons. Well, but at the same time, I think I just became a huge wine connoisseur ever since I started the show.
This is actually called the Arizona Angel. So if somebody wanted to come in and order this wine, it's really smooth. It's not overly sweet, but it's not too dry either. It's like super easy drinking. You can tell I'm ready to drink after that.
Yeah, trying to get involved with the summer vibe. I think this actually hits it on the nose.
Mm-hmm.
All
Now
right.
we should talk about flowers.
I know,
Talk
that's
about
what I was going to
flowers.
say. I was like, we have all these beautiful flowers. And one of the cool things that I saw about this was there is these little pine cones
Look,
right here.
Cecily's ready.
Cecily, don't look. We've been talking about when we are going to get married. Let's talk about.
I need to hook you up.
Yeah, you definitely you can do that. We'll see what happens though. What are these little things right here? I don't know if you guys can see this, but this right here is very awesome. Can you talk a little bit about what's all in this?
So one of the services that we provide at the Willow Creek Inn through our Creekside Florals is actually making floral arrangements, and this would be a bride's bouquet. It has a little charm on it, and so these are the Sola wood flowers, SOLA. They actually happen to be the pulp of the balsa wood plant, and some lovely woman, probably in the third world country, actually takes these and forms these actually into roses. They're actually beautiful. And then we dip them in a latex or craft paint. One of the things we suggest to our bride is go to Home Depot, Lowe's, your favorite paint store, and pick out your inspiration colors from the paint swatches. Bring them to us. We'll order the little sample paints, and then we actually can get you your exact color that you desire. So that we dip them, we hot glue them onto the stems, but these happen to be the top part of a pine cone from the Himalayan pine, which happens to be on our property real close to the Willow Creek Inn. So I've collected them. They're absolutely beautiful. They look like roses, little rose buds.
They do, and I love how they work together with all the other, there's some not felt.
There's silk and some
Thank you.
foam actually in here. So, but we could, this happens to be just an inspiration without greenery. We can put it in there. We have quite a few centerpieces in our inventory that are the typical greens, and then depending on what bride may want, we can take out those flowers and just put them in, and then those centerpieces are part of our venue fee. So we can get to talk about our venue and what our services are, but these are some flowers that are just gorgeous. This is a large bouquet that, the trend right now is to have a lot of ribbon hanging with it, but this is a silk flower, the wooden flowers, and some foam flowers, and we just embellished it all and wrapped it up, and we can make you the matching boutonniere there. Doesn't that look nice on him?
Those colors look really nice.
Yeah, so this is a lot of our color theme within our palette of our logo and things like that. So we have these on display, but they can be used, and I have had women, brides, use this as part, and then they leave it, and then it makes it so cost effective for them. And then this was a spring, well, actually this was a fall bouquet we did. This is the solo wood flower as well. That's actually made into a sunflower. And it came all that way. She wanted white roses, sunflower, and lavender. So we put this together. This was one of her attendance flowers. And we can also get these little stems so that you don't have the wire and it makes it look like it. And of course with photography, as you well know, it can make beautiful things look so real.
It does look real.
Yeah.
You guys think it looks real?
Yeah,
Because obviously it looks
I mean,
really
I
real.
love how that works if there's a particular type of flower that maybe not in season,
Mhm,
that is
absolutely.
more
Yeah.
expensive,
Yeah.
or, I mean, as we know, things are not always available to
Yeah.
us.
And then what we do is, I mean, feel how supple that is. That is wood. So what we do is we mix
Crazy.
the paint, water, and then we put in vegetable glycerin. And so that's what protects the flower. This one is a little bit more so, but it's soft,
So it's
Oh, it is
technically
soft.
Yeah.
dead
That's
real.
dead real.
And they call that dead bougie stuff.
I don't know. But what's fun
I like
with,
bougie stuff.
yeah.
Dead
Nothing
bougie,
wrong with
dead
it.
bougie.
What's fun with as we mix this, and this was dipped into a wedding white, a winter white paint. So this is not the natural effect of it, but we can put an essential oil into the mix and then they will be a little bit more aromatic. You know,
Can it calm people down? Can you put the calm one and
Sure.
be like, okay, just smell your flowers if
I
you're
think
worried?
so. I think so. We tend not to dip it actually on here because the oil can actually.
I think we got something going on here. How to calm bride to be down.
Yeah, it's just, it's a big
Give her-
oil
give
on her flowers.
We could
You can
totally
eat it.
insert a little something that she just, you know,
Yeah.
because it can be a stressful day. But you know, I love real flowers. And there are some wonderful florists in town that can do an absolutely beautiful job. My sister is a florist, and my grandparents used to do weddings in the 50s and 60s at the church we grew up in Beverly Hills, where my parents were, when it was a little bedroom community, not 90210. And the smell of live flowers is wonderful. But this is just another option for someone to use at our inn with our inventory, and if it helps them get to their budget-wise event, because we understand that things can be very expensive. So
Well, tell
We
us
have this
about
one.
some more of the services you guys
Okay.
offer at the Willow Creek Inn,
Yeah.
because I think that that's really important for people to know, you know, where can they get a one-stop shop or what all they need to bring.
yeah. So we have, we kind of let the bride, or, I mean, I guess I should back up. We don't do just weddings. We do events, anniversary parties, baby showers, celebration of life, whatever you need as a venue. So we are a venue that
You have
has.
a unicorn event coming up. I'm coming
We
to.
do.
My
Let's talk
7-year-old
about the
is really
unicorn.
excited about the unicorn event.
That is right. Well, say a prayer and cross your fingers. We do have to get our certificate of occupancy, and this is April 9th event. So we are really hoping that we're going to be able to.
You can bring the unicorn to
that
my
off.
house. It'll be
Yeah,
fine.
there you go. And there's going to be pony rides and vendors with all kinds of unicorn face painting and crafts, and it's going to be wonderful. Very much limited. Sales are limited, so we will not be having a parking lot bash. We are definitely limiting those manners. But as far as our venue, we have basically the DIY. You hire your caterer, your photographer, your videographer, your hair and makeup. We have referrals we can help you with, but we take care of all of your embellishments. So with your venue fee, we have tables, chairs, linens. We have all of our inventory, which is, oh my goodness, glasses, champagne glasses, chargers, plates, real silverware, gold or silver toned. We have mirrors, lanterns, votives, signs, easels, table runners. We have so much. We have a very nice, I understand from other wedding coordinators that we are the only venue from Flagstaff to Queen Creek that has the inventory available as part of our deal.
That's a big
So-
deal. We just had the wedding expo, the bridal
Mhm.
fair
Yep, we
expo,
were there.
and there's a great community here of support.
Mhm.
But for you to have so much to offer I mean, it's a stressful time. So if
Yeah.
people can come and they can say, oh, you've got it sorted, you've done this before, we can breathe and kind of figure out the rest
And they
of our
can still
lives.
have their wedding coordinator, their day of coordinator planner come in and help them bring their dream to life. We just have product and inventory that will help them get there with a better budget. Because a lot of girls or couples, they are purchasing all of their stuff, and we have it there for you. And so we're happy to do that.
People forget that when you purchase it, you have to take it home
Yes.
with you.
Yes.
You have to wash it.
Yeah.
You have to decide what you're going to do with it. It's a whole thing.
We often acquire a lot of product from our brides, so we'll just do a little barter that way. But I should also mention that we have catering dishes, we have chafing dishes and serving pieces and all of that. So your caterer can still come in, bring as a licensed caterer, bring their food, and it can be put into our dishes. And
I absolutely love that you're willing to collaborate. I think the mistake a lot of venues make is it's no, we've got this, it's all ours.
No,
and
no.
you have to do what we,
right.
it's like, but the goal and the intent of our community truly is that there's a good collaboration and that, nobody's on first. You just get to do your best and whatever you're invited to do.
It's all about their special day, whether that's a celebration of life or a baby shower or a birthday party. It's all about that organizer's event and why they're celebrating and who they're celebrating with. And if we can help get them there in a less stressful way, then that's what we're all about.
Do you love it?
I actually do love it. I do love it. It's hard work. It's been hard work getting the inn ready. But then we have that joyous time when I still cry every ceremony. And we kind of sit to the back and we want to watch what they're doing. And it does bring tears because especially through the last couple of years, brides and couples have had a really hard time being able to even have their celebration and do their marriage.
I think everyone has, and families being able to get together and to celebrate and to share this love and the difficulties associated. It's really nice to have a gathering.
We had a couple come down, I forget when it was, but they had looked at a lot of venues in town and they were just trying to do a celebration of life, a very sudden death in the family of their daughter due to COVID. And she was in Texas. Her remains were still in Texas, but the family was here and they went quite a few places. They drove down our driveway and saw the marquee on our building that
I
says,
just got chills, by the way, and tears in my eyes. So I don't know where we're going with this, but it's making me cry.
I know. And our marquee says love is spoken here. And the mom drove down and she said, this is going to be the place. And they hadn't even come in. And I was giving a tour to somebody else at the time. And so I didn't want to put them off, but I excused myself and talked with them. And they said, we need it for like next Thursday. And I said, and then I was taken back that, that their loved one died and all that. But we were able to, 20 people. And it was what they wanted. And we changed some of our arrangements and put some purples and lavenders because that was her color. And they were just completely immensely grateful.
It's so
help
amazing.
them. Yeah.
And you're going to be able to be a part of a lot of these celebrations. And that
so.
place right there is just going to be like, do you remember?
Yes.
Do you remember?
Yeah. Because historically people say it all the time. I remember when it was the Green Frog Inn or the Carriage House restaurant or the Willow Creek Restaurant. And so we want to be able to carry on that iconic.
What was the
Prescott
name of the
history.
original name of the building or the house?
It's the Willow Creek Inn. I have a picture. I should have brought it actually.
So my buddy Eric, he owns the Wilder House, and the Wilder House was an actual off the farm destination because they wanted to come drink downtown Prescott. So they built a little miniature mansion right there downtown Prescott. They call it the Wilder House. So did it have a name like that prior to all of this?
No,
or
it's pretty well.
What does the historical society say?
In 1962, when it was moved, it was then built as the Willow Creek Inn.
Okay.
So as it was a home and there's lots of different stories of what its use was when it was up on Merritt Street. It was a laying-in hospital where when town was so far out, you had to come in like a month before your due date.
It was a hospital?
A laying in.
A laying in
before you're
hospital.
having a baby, you had to be. A lot of people were considering women as bedridden during because they did have a lot of loss.
Right,
during
yeah.
childbirth.
So you would go a month ahead of when you thought you were due, because of course that was not an exact science. And you would just kind of lay in waiting for this baby to be born. And then you would go off to the hospital, have your baby, and then come back and recuperate for another couple
That
months.
is so cool. I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of crazy. Who
So
would have thought that
we
would
think
be one of
it's-
those
yeah.
accommodations?
Yep.
I did put up on the screen right now, the love is spoken here.
Oh.
Like that hit so hard.
Yeah.
And I think that there is a huge amount of emotion with people right now trying to get to the next stage of life, to put things in the past, to move forward, to find peace with whatever loss, fear, anxiety, stress, desire to move on that we've all kind of are still going through. So you provide a safe space for that, and that's really
Certainly,
cool.
that is
That's
definitely
so
our goal.
amazing.
That is our goal.
Well, I think we're getting down to the
We
nitty gritty
are.
of time. Tell everybody once again what building this is, how to get a hold
I have it
of
scrolling
you.
on the bottom too.
Yes.
The Willow Creek Inn. There's the website willowcreekinn.com. It's located at 2516 Willow Creek Road, and this is our fabulous owner.
Thank you.
We're
Thank
so
you.
grateful
And you
joined
guys
us.
better hurry up
Thank
and
you for asking me.
get your
It's my
booking
pleasure.
in because it's already getting
Yeah. You can jump on our website, which is willowcreekinn.info, and it is on the marquee above the Love is Spoken Here. Drive on down. We are open and welcome to show you a tour. Our website is willowcreekinn2021@gmail.com, but you'll find that on our website as well. We are on Wedding Wire and The Knot. Those are other wedding search platforms, and all the details are there. We feel that our venue rate is very thrifty for what you get, but you need to come and see what we have for you, because you will be amazed at what is included in our.
And book soon.
Press.
2022 is becoming very, very busy in Prescott.
The fall is
And
hugely
2023,
busy.
is going to prove to come quickly.
And we do have some specials, some 10%, grand opening type of they're also listed on Wedding Wire and thenot.coms. And I'm all about making it happen for you. If we need to get in there
She's
between a
looking at
couple of hundreds of dollars, we'll make it happen. And now's the time to book, because things only go up.
Yeah.
It
And if you
only
like the
goes
show and you like our guests, please like us, subscribe, join us. We really love the support, and we really love supporting local community business owners.
And our goal is, we really want to be a destination. We'd love to invite people to come out of town, come stay here, spend your money here, and then go home. But this is also, we have a special community rate for local people, for the birthdays and the events, the real estate mixers, and the other.
that's really good to
So
know.
that's a separate rate then, and much more affordable than, if you were booking for a venue or
Good to
wedding
know.
deals.
Good to know. And you guys heard it here on the B.A.W.B Chronicles. And with that being said, what else we got?
We've got an outro.
We got an outro.
We got an outro.
We'll see you guys next week. Enjoy your spring break, and once again, watch out for that pollen. Stay.
Thanks,
We want-
guys. Join us again next week. We have the Firefighter Angels Foundation.
Ooh, we can't go wrong with that.
They're up too. Thanks, guys.
I've been down there looking for the